Hey guys, today's video is on compasses, various types. And the reason for this is I've had customers come in the store and they've never heard of some of the brands of compasses we carry. This is the SE. I don't know if SE stands for survival equipment. I'm not quite sure what the SE stands for at the moment, but we carry a lot of the SE products, fire starters, compasses, emergency bivy bags. They're all economy priced versions of these products. And people get hung up on brands, and it's not really brand that you should get hung up on when it comes to compasses. It's more style, because this brand that no one has ever heard of that comes into our store apparently is made in the same exact country of origin as the Silver Ranger that I carry, which is not the US, and I'm sure you can guess it's China. So, and the Silver Ranger is one of the most carried compasses, in the world, as far as I know. I know a lot of people carry them here in America. But the thing is that more than brand, because essentially all compasses, regardless of the style, whether it's the military lensatic compass or a map compass or sighted mirrored sighting compass, as this one is, or a button compass like the one on the K&N match safe that I carry, or whether it's a more exact pocket transit or the old school brass pocket compasses. They all perform the same primary function equally well, and that is point north. Where the differences come in is how exact, how precision are they, how precision do you need your compass to be, and is liquid damping going to be a problem for you? Because this Bronton TrueArc, one of my favorite compasses, it's another style of mirrored sighting compass. It's also a map compass under its cover. One of my favorite compasses out there, but in the wintertime it develops a bubble. And so does every mirrored sighting compass I have. One of the reasons I still carry the mirrored sighting compass is I use this mirror more often for getting suicidal gnats out of my eyes and suicidal mosquitoes and what have you when I'm hiking in the mountains by myself, because gnats can come in swarms across the trail and they will attack your face and dive bomb and kamikaze your eyes, and you need to be able to remove them. So I always suggest my students carry a mirrored sighting compass, more so than any other compass here in our part of the world. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reconfigure the camera, and we're going to zoom in on some of these compasses, and we're going to talk about some of the differences that make them a better choice or a less good choice for different times of the year or different locations or different applications. And we're going to discuss that. So stick around for just a minute, and we're going to talk about compasses. These are the compasses that I was showing you from a distance, and you can see them a little closer up now. This is the map compass, mirrored sighting compass rather. And that mirror really comes in handy when you're trying to get things out of your eyes. But all of the mirrored map compasses like this have a scale that tells you the distance, a needle that points north, base plate, and most of them have a lens. This one isn't set up for adjustable declination. This one is. You can see the little arm in there that's moving back and forth when I set it. And what you do is that's how you set it down. On where you set it determines your declination for magnetic north, and then that lets you know how far off, or lets you read the needle more accurately. That's how you adjust your magnetic north. There's a lot more to it than that. This isn't a video on orienteering or land navigation. This is just a video on compasses. We'll get more into that later. This is just to give you a primer on how to choose which compass is better for you. This one has a little bit of a mirror because it's made to sight with the same as the other. The way you use a mirrored sighting compass is your sight is up here. You sight what you're shooting your azimuth at, the direction you're wanting to go, and you look down here and you can adjust. You read your needle on there, and when you get the needle pointing to where you're wanting to go, the direction you want to go, you shoot your azimuth through that sight, and then you walk in that line to that point, and then from that point you shoot another azimuth. Now, compasses like this, they're just plain magnetic needles, and some of these drive people nuts because they don't have any damping. So you can see how the needle, when it's held flat, will just kind of move around. It can take quite a bit of time to actually settle down. Just your heartbeat can keep it bouncing. So that's where they came up with damping. And you know, this needle has liquid damping. So does this one. The Pocket Transit has a jeweled damping system. The military Lensatic compass has a copper bushing damping system. And this is a Lensatic compass, and the way that works is you set that at roughly an angle about like that, and this one straight up, and then you look through this sight, through that wire, and you look down through this, and it shows you your reading, and you turn until you've got the compass reading you want, and you sight through that, and you shoot your azimuth through there, and then you move to that point, and then you shoot another azimuth. So that's how shooting an azimuth works, roughly. I mean, it can be more technical, there's more terms, but we're just going with that for now. Now, that said, I love the Lensatic compass. It's tritium, it's the military issue version. I can use it at night. It has a self-illumination. I don't have to have a light. It's awesome. It's just also kind of heavy. But I love having one in my kit. But most of the time when I'm on day hikes or hiking here in the mountains, I'm actually carrying something simple like this K&N MatchSafe with its button compass. Because most of the time when I'm out in a forest that looks like this. And that's the trail I'll be leaving on when I go. And at no point on that trail could I shoot an azimuth further than 30 or 40 meters at max. Excuse me. Most of the time it would only be 10 or 15 meters. So it's pointless for me to have precision equipment when all I really need is something to tell me the general direction of travel if I'm unfamiliar with where I'm at. So hopefully this helps you understand that getting hung up on name brands of the compass, that's all right. I mean, it's not a bad thing to know quality, but the style is more what you need to know for what you want. I mean, do you need serious precision like the Pocket Transit with its level, and you know, where you can, as a lever on the bottom where you can actually move the level from one side to the other to make sure you've got it sitting on a level surface, and then you sight this very similar to the Lensatic compass. You sight through that aperture, if it'll show up, and you shoot through the line here and move until you've got it pointing. You use your mirror to see where your heading is and let you know. So that's very, very precision. And it's great in an open area where you can actually shoot, you know, several hundred meters or even 100 meters, and then shoot another azimuth, and then shoot another azimuth another 100 meters later, that sort of thing. But when you're only moving 20 or 30 meters at a time without turning left or right, the button compass will help you determine, you know, how far you went one way about as easy as anything else in this type of terrain. Where the azimuth comes in is when you're in open country in the middle of nowhere, and you've got a map and a direction to travel and a heading and a location on the map, being able to shoot the azimuth, you go as far as you can in that one direction, and then when you have an obstacle you have to go around, you turn and you shoot another heading and azimuth that way, and then you count your steps, and you turn and you count your steps, and you shoot another azimuth, or you shoot another azimuth and you count your steps, you go there, and that way you can go back on course after you go around your obstacles, and that's where an azimuth comes in. But like I said, this isn't a video on orienteering or land navigation. It's just a primer on types of compasses. We'll get more into the precision stuff later. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you have a better understanding of types of compasses and which type of compass will better suit your needs as you're picking your equipment and your gear. I hope this gives you some food for thought on choosing that, on whether you need something that's seriously precision like the military lens-guided compass, or whether a button compass will serve your needs, or something in between. It's you don't want to have to carry any more weight than you have to on long journeys, but you also don't want to be under-equipped if you're in the middle of nowhere. So that just gives you a little food for thought, and stop in next time and we'll see what we're getting into. I'm working on a video on cordage and trying to explain the benefits of pre-made cordage versus making natural cordage. Making natural cordage is very time consuming. It's not as durable as things like paracord, so that's one of the videos I'm going on. And then there are a couple of others that I have in the works all at the same time, so tune in next time and see what we've got going on. And till then, you guys be blessed and have a great day, and enjoy your time in the outdoors.